Right, if you are someone who is looking at moving to Bali or traveling there or staying there for a few months, maybe staying there for a long time, and you've seen everything online about it, how amazing it is, all the pros, like beautiful, you're gonna level up massively. Well, in this video today, I wanna break down to you what my thoughts are on Bali. As someone who lived there for just under 2 months last year, is a digital nomad, stays in lots of different places, like I'm in Montenegro right now. I want to break down to you everything you need to know before you go so you can make a real proper decision on whether this is the right thing for you and whether Bali is the place for you to go. So let's dive in. Right, so firstly, let's talk about the pros. Now, there definitely are pros to Bali, don't get me wrong. I had a great time there, and one of the best things about it is the gyms. Now, the gyms are actually quite expensive. It's one of the more expensive things about Bali, but they are next level. The recovery sections, if you're someone who loves a sauna, an ice bath, steam rooms, all of that, it is the place to be. The gyms are incredible, the facilities are amazing. Although the gyms are expensive, they're usually between about 100 to 150 pounds a month. You know, if you compare that to what you pay in the UK or any gym in America, like a David Lloyd, something like that, then yeah, it's so much better in Bali, 100%. So first pro is definitely that the gyms are amazing. And if you love gymming, if you love weights, then definitely a really, really good positive for you. Secondly is the people. A lot of the people in Bali, you know, potentially a con that I'll talk about later, but a lot of the people are very, very nice. They're very welcoming. It's a great place to meet a lot of people. If you're a young entrepreneur, maybe you're getting into sales, maybe you're making, I don't know, 2-3K a month, and the first place you want to go and you want to meet more people, then Bali is definitely the place to be. It's quite small, so when you stay in a place like Canggu, you're surrounded by so many other digital nomads online, and you naturally meet them. Everyone's very friendly, you meet new friends, it's good for networking, connections, everything like that. So that's definitely another positive. A lot of the people that I've met there, you know, I've stayed in contact with and are now actually really, really good mates of mine. So that's definitely a positive as well. Thirdly is the food. Now, this is controversial because a lot of people talk about Bali belly, and that's definitely a negative. But for me, I actually didn't get Bali belly. Somehow I was there for a month and a half, 2 months, and I didn't get it once. And maybe I just got lucky. You know, a lot of the people that I did speak to actually did get it, and that was a big negative for them about Bali. But for me, the food's incredible. It's extremely cheap. You can basically get insane macros. If you're someone, again, who likes to eat healthy, you can get meats, steaks, eggs, everything you need delivered to your front door. It's extremely convenient. And again, it's very, very healthy food. Protein shakes, everything, and it's dirt cheap. So that's definitely a positive. And you can even go to steak restaurants, places like that, and you'll pay half the price you'll pay in the UK and you'll get the same quality food. So that's, again, definitely a massive positive for me, is the food and the selection of food and the convenience of it at that as well. Next is the freedom. Now, this definitely coincides with mopeds. Now, for me, one of the best things about Bali was getting a moped, being able to drive around the city. It's not even a city. Drive around Canggu, drive to other places on the island like Uluwatu, and you're just on a moped. It's very free. You know, you feel, as cliche as it sounds, you do feel extremely free. You're on these roads, there's not that many people when you move outside of Canggu. You're going fast on the bike, you've got the wind in your hair, it's sunny, it's hot, and again, it sounds kind of cheesy, but when you have that feeling, it is incredible. And it's really, really fun. You know, if you're a thrill seeker, if you like that kind of stuff, it's very, very fun to be able to go on the bikes and just have the freedom to travel around the island wherever you want. So that's definitely a big positive for me. And finally, and I've already kind of touched on this, but it is that networking side of things. You get to meet other entrepreneurs, similar people doing similar things to you. You get to learn from them. You get to find out about their businesses, see how you can bring that into your own, whether you're a sales rep, no matter what you're doing, you meet a lot of people, and it does open your eyes to a lot of different things. When you meet these guys who are doing much better than you, and you go to dinner with them and you pick their brain, yeah, it's a very, very good networking opportunity to meet guys who are, again, doing very, very similar things to yourself in the whole online digital nomad space. And again, it gives you new ideas for new things to bring into whatever you're doing as well. Right, now for the cons. Now, there are definitely cons to Bali, 100%. I don't care what people tell you. It's not just this paradise island where everything good happens. There 100% are cons. And one of the main ones for me is the fact that technically it is still a third world country. Right, the power, the roads, the infrastructure, it's not as good as it is in the UK or in other countries in Europe. For example, when I was in Bali, there was a power outage that lasted, it was 2 days on and off. And for someone who's working online, who runs an online business, or they need Wi-Fi connection to have their business run, you're in trouble. right? Because your connection goes, you can't then call clients, you can't call people up, you can't do sales calls, right? You're in big trouble. You can't function without that. And when you have that, and when it's up and down and you have these storms and the power outages, it's not consistent. So you're constantly worrying about whether the power is going to go out. And when it does, again, you can't do anything if you are someone who works online. To add on to that, the infrastructure, the roads is the main one. Don't get me wrong, the mopeds are so much fun, but when you're in Canggu, when you're in a tight area, you're driving around on these mopeds on roads that are half developed. You've got people riding on the pavements, the traffic jams are horrific. You can be sat in traffic for 30, 40, 50 minutes to go on a 10-minute journey, and that happens every single day. Every single day. If you get caught in the wrong traffic, you're in trouble. So yeah, that's definitely a negative of Bali in my opinion. Secondly, and I think this is one of the biggest things for me, and it may not be for other people, is the heat. Now, don't get me wrong, the heat is definitely a positive, but as a Brit myself, I cannot survive in heat above 32 degrees. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm sweating buckets if I'm in heat above that. So as soon as you leave your aircon environment in Bali, whether that's in your villa or in a co-working, it is baking hot. If you go for a walk for 5 minutes, you are drenched in sweat. If I then go back and try and work, I find it hard to work because I'm all clammy, I'm sweaty. You know, it's so much harder to work in that environment when you're just sweaty and you know you're clammy. I just hate that feeling, right? And that is a feeling that you get in Bali a lot. You can't go on walks. If you're a runner, good luck going on runs because it's boiling hot. After about 5K, you're done. You're absolutely shattered, right? So that's definitely a negative for me, right? The heat, it's way too hot and I just can't survive in that environment. I know that sounds like, oh, you know, it's too hot. Oh, you know, it's a hard life for you, Ben. But for me, it's such a big thing. And I in that kind of environment, when the heat is just beating down on you, it's way too hot for me. And I find it really, really tricky to navigate and actually work when I'm sweating, when I'm hot. It's not an environment I like to be in. Next up is the beaches. Now, everyone likes to talk about Bali beaches, how beautiful, how amazing they are, but honestly, they're actually not that good. 100%, there are areas of the island that are really nice, but in Canggu, which is where most people live, the beaches there are pretty shit. The water's not clear, it's not what you see online. It's pretty shit, there's a lot of rubbish, right? And it's really not that nice to swim in. Whilst for me, if I compare it to somewhere like Montenegro, the weather, firstly the weather, right, is cooler here. It's still sunny, but it's a lot cooler. I can easily walk around and I don't have to worry about being drenched in sweat. And the water in this place with this sea is so much nicer. I can go for a swim here. I don't have to worry about dirt. I don't have to worry about the tides. I don't need to worry about, you know, plastic and shit in the water. It's absolutely beautiful. And I love to swim here, whilst in Bali, the water just wasn't what it cut out to be. There are definitely areas of the island, places like Uluwatu, which are amazing. But if you're staying in Canggu, which most digital nomads do, then the beaches, I hate to tell you, but they're not what they look like on the photos. Next up, and this is a massive one for digital nomads, is the time zone. If you're someone who works UK hours, or US hours even, Bali is a nightmare, because it's 7 or 8 hours ahead, meaning if you're working US hours, you are staying up throughout the whole night. 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. you're working because of the time zone. Even with the UK, I was up till 12, 1, 2 a.m. And for someone who loves a routine, who likes to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time most days, that's how I get productive. It's very, very hard to work in that environment. Again, you're going to bed at 1, then you're trying to get up early to get a gym session in. It's really, really hard. If you're someone who adapts nicely to time zone and can happily work throughout the night, then cool, not a problem for you. But if you're someone like myself, that is something I really, really struggled with. You know, I didn't like staying up till 1, 2 a.m. It was a struggle and it really threw off my routine. It threw off my sleep. So yeah, that's definitely another negative for myself. So overall, my thoughts on Bali, 100% it's an amazing place. There's so much fun things to do. The ease of food, being able to go and play paddle, being able to see new people, meet new people, it's amazing. I definitely recommend you go there for a month. But anything over a month, 2 months, you're really gonna struggle. For me, it wasn't somewhere I could see myself settling down and having stability. If I look at and I compare it with a place like Montenegro, like I'm in now, why do I prefer this place? Because there's less noise, it's a lot less hot, right? And I know that's a small thing, but for me, that's big, right? It's 23, 24 degrees here, which is perfect for me, right? I have the ease of being able to go down and swim in the sea every morning. I can go for long runs along the coast. It's not that busy, it's quiet, it's chill. compared to Bali. Again, it's a very fast-paced place, which again is good for growing, but long term, getting on those bikes, being stuck in traffic for hours every day, the air quality just isn't there. Whilst being somewhere like here, I have clarity. You know, I can go out every morning, I can go for a long walk, I can go for a long run, I can look at this amazing view, I can still have the sunlight that's going to give me energy, but it's not the same as Bali. It's not too hot, I'm not in an enclosed environment, I don't feel clammy, I don't feel too hot, right? And that's a huge thing for me. Not only that, but logistically, time-wise, Montenegro is an hour ahead of the UK, which means timing's easy. You know, I don't need to worry about meetings, staying up late, nothing like that. I'm aligned with the time, which is perfect for me. And fourthly, if you're in the UK and you're a digital nomad, one of the things you do have to worry about is the fact that if you want to stay in Europe, you only get 90 days per every 180 days. That's the Schengen rule. So you only get that amount of time, whilst Montenegro is out of that region. So you can come here and you can stay here as long as you want. So in my opinion, if I compare Bali to a place like this, I'd much prefer here. This is a lot more sustainable long term. It's a lot nicer, and it's just an environment where I feel like I can grow, I can lock in, I can work extremely hard, but then I can also have the other side, the beauty, the nature and all of that. That's very important to me. So it depends what you're looking for. If you're someone who wants to grow their business fast, meet new people, doesn't mind the hustle and bustle, then I would definitely recommend Bali. And I think you should definitely go. But once you've been, and if you're someone who prefers a more relaxed environment, being able to think for themselves, being able to go on long runs, long walks, be surrounded by nature, it's not too hot, there's not too many people, I would definitely recommend Montenegro or somewhere similar to here. Hopefully that was useful. If you have any questions about Bali, and if you're thinking about going and you want to find anything out, feel free to message me on Instagram. But yeah, hopefully that was useful. Cheers.